All right. Says I'm live. Let me check the stream real quick. Should echo a little bit. I'm loud. All right. Let's see. Shalom. All right. So shalom, shalom. I just wanted to go live real quick. Found this video brother posted. This came out 7 hours ago. It's an 8-minute clip. I'm probably gonna play. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna play. I'm trying to go through the spirit with this. All right, definitely some very interesting information. Just did a lesson. I posted it, but the spirit had me take it down and come across this information. Man, this is more important. Okay, I'll let the other one go up at another time, Lord willing. Right. So let's get into this video clip. I don't know how much you're gonna be able to hear. Let me see. Today I found out huge news about what's gonna happen. Okay, so I don't think it shares my audio. It doesn't appear to be sharing my audio. Let me see. It says I'm sharing Firefox. That's fine. Can I share my audio? Use the camera. Boom, boom. So I don't think I can share my audio on this. Unfortunately. Man, that's unfortunate. Okay. Um. So I guess what I have to do is, based off of that, I'm gonna put it here in the chat, right? I'll put it in the chat in case somebody comes on. Then I'm gonna go on the live stream and put it in here. Okay, it's already there. Boom. Then see if I can put something in the description. All right, this is gonna be a link to the video. All right, that I want to play. I'm not gonna be able to play it. All right, but it's very impactful. All right, and essentially, I'm just gonna play it without any audio, so that way I don't get distracted and I can kind of tell you what's going on the screen. As you can see, they're trying to loot here, looting target. Okay, basically Jake's just talking about this 3,200 stores that are closing across the U.S. Okay, and now if Jake goes further, is to ride past certain lots that are already emptied and cleared out. Okay, a lot of places have cleared out due to this looting that you see happening. All right, now Jake is about to walk up to this CVS just to give you some context. I did not get to watch this whole video, so I'm probably not going to be able to report on the whole video. All right, but nevertheless, okay, you can see he's walking to this CVS and it's closed. Now, essentially, as you see right here, it says they're about to usher in a new surprise of a police state agenda. Okay, changes planned before drugstore and healthcare chain announced a slew of changes planned before the end of 2024. I want to see what Jake says right here. Okay, now basically, I want to look up some information because there was a statement that was made that theft has been decriminalized. Now, theft has not been decriminalized, but there's a few governmental changes that will impact and that some people will believe will greatly impact crime. Okay, so I typed in this question, block that. I typed in this question, right? What impact will ending cash bail have on crime rates? It says some politicians and pundits warn against embracing bail reform arguing that policies that have reduced or ended cash bail practices cause increase in crime, but there is no evidence linking bail reforms, which have been in place for years in many localities, to any recent crime increases. So essentially, they're using this as a tactic to justify themselves in cracking down. Okay, the water I'm gonna bring out a scripture. It says, he, you know, slide, yeah, sure. You know, and as everybody knows the scripture, Revelation 12 and 12 says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, for because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So this devil, okay, for a while he's been moving real sloppy, okay, and he's showing his hand. He's showing what he wants to do, right? Essentially, he wants to justify, okay, a police state, all right, where he comes and he controls everything that happens. Okay, now, ultimately, let's speak on this a little bit about this cash bail. So, what a cash bail did was it forced people to have to come up with a certain amount of money to get released, okay, from custody, from pretrial custody. All right, now, what you have is in the way the system was before is that an individual was allowed to be held almost indefinitely, all right, under pretrial custody, and there was no rush, to get them to their trial. According supposedly in the law, you're entitled to a what is it called? It's called a quick and speedy and speedy trial. And I started drinking a beer before I knew, but I didn't finish it. But the spirit had me like trying to figure out what was going on. I just didn't feel. I felt anxious in the spirit, like the Lord had me not allowed me to not be comfortable at the time, and I was like, "What's going on?" I did my lesson. I was winding down, but the spirit had me do this. So, what is a speedy trial? In general, the speedy trial guarantee means that the accused must be brought to trial or released within a reasonable amount of time. The government is not legally permitted to lock up people indefinitely without trying them. So, what a what the cash bail did was it allowed people who had a bail set, or it allowed the government, okay, to set a bail for an individual, cash only bail, and if they couldn't pay, then they were just continually held in captivity. Essentially, they lost their rights. This actually happened to my brother. Okay, he was telling me how, basically, my brother was in jail for, man, a year plus before he went to trial. Man, now his charges were kind of egregious. They were kind of hefty. I believe somebody perished due to his actions, right, or something that he was involved in. So they say, and so they felt justified. But nevertheless, yeah, he was held in pretrial way too long, pretrial incarceration. Okay, let's see if that's what it's called, pre-trial incarceration. Okay, pretrial detention in the criminal justice. The main purpose of pretrial detention is to secure the appearance at a trial of defendants who are flight risks and to protect the community. See, this is the narrative of why they justify extended pretrial detentions, right? Do you have the risk of main purpose of pretrial detention is to secure the appearance of the trial of defendants who are flight risk and to protect the community from further criminal activity of the person charged. The adoption of mandatory minimum sentences by Congress prevents judges from imposing sentences they believe fit the crime and the criminal. The threat of harsh mandatory sentences increases the risk of flight, so the decision to detain must be made more frequently. The risk of flight has also been increased, where sentencing guidelines have ruled out the possibility of parole for certain crimes. Among the unfavorable consequences of the increase in pretrial detainees are the incarceration of defendants who are not ultimately convicted, the strain on the capacity of detention facilities, the difficulty defense attorneys face in meeting with their clients as they are shuttled from one remote detention facility to another, as well as the fear of eavesdropping, so on and so forth, because I pretty much read that whole passage. So, now, let's see. I'm going to type this in. I'm spelling this wrong. Purpose of a cash bail. Cash bail allows people with financial means to purchase their freedom, while those without cash remain incarcerated, right? Cash bail is used to guarantee that a defendant will return for a trial hearing. His money is returned after they make all necessary. But you see, now ultimately, we understand that they're saying this on the forefront that, you're going to pay so much money, right? It's going to guarantee that you're going to come to trial because you don't want to lose your money. But ultimately, what this happens as a result is the people that are poor, let's get this, right? Okay, Isaiah 10, and Lord willing, this is edifying. I don't know. It says I'm live, so Isaiah 10 and 1, warn to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write the grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Right, so, it takes away your rights. If you're poor and you have a cash-only bail, it takes away your right to freedom, to a speedy trial, or to to due process, to innocent until proven guilty. It takes that away from you, and you're locked up for a longer period of time because you don't have the money. You don't have the money to get free, right? So people believe that that's going to be the impact of what's going on. So let's see. I don't know what the dude's saying. And this is a lot of video, so I'm gonna just stop where I can remember. But there are some clips in here that I do want you to see, because we understand why a lot of these places is moving. They're moving. Well, I mean, from a surface level, it's because Jake is robbing them. You know, and I thought that was spiritual. Doors shut. Hundreds of CVS stores are closed for good. As chain with over 9,000 locations rolls out huge policy change through 2024. Right, and I may or may not get that, but I want to get this. Close this. Well, I do want to get this. Uh, Ecclesiastes 12. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Okay, a grinder represents, once again, a mill, M-I-L-L, which was used to grind grains into a usable powder to make flour, okay, or to make bread or some sort. All right, so the grinders are gonna cease because they be few, right? There's gonna be few jobs, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So I thought that was very spiritual, that that this particular thing says door shut in reference to CVS closing down. However many stores that they're gonna close down. I think he plays clips of the smash and grab that these guys was doing, man. Now people was talking, Atlanta Walmart store to include a police substation upon reopening. So when they reopen this Walmart, okay, because Jake, was going through looting, man. Let's close that. All right, let's just type in looting And I'll just type in Chicago. And let's just see what comes up. 11 hours ago, woman accused of encouraging looters. Blah blah blah. Let's. I just want to get someone. Okay, watch out. Uh, filters. Let's just say not filters. I'm trying to make it give me the most recent stuff, but it's all good. Shows stockings video shows teen looting top stories. Looters breaking the Foot Locker, Apple, and Lululemon stores in Center City. Oh, see, this happened in Philly. Oh man, coming to a city near me, coming to a city near you. Hey, Philly, I'm in I'm in Pittsburgh. So, yeah, man, let me hit play on this. So, like, yeah, that's loud. Looters arrested following earlier protests. Okay, so basically, Jake and the Foot Locker employee, like, I don't know what to do. You got the police in there now to try to slow it down and stop it, right? Or whatever the case is, stop it. But the damage is already done. And what do you think is going to happen? You know, if a store continues to lose money, okay, and you got Jake, and the crazy thing is that, man, let me see what's up with this, man. It's probably, okay. Okay, show images. I want to see some images of the looting. Okay, now I seen another angle of this of them running in the iPhone store, iPhone shop. They go to end up. They say she was the ringleader, and she was not. I don't know how much how true it is, but it wouldn't surprise me because when BLM was running the streets terrorizing, the end up was the front and center, man. The end up was front and center. All right, loud as a mug. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. You know, and the Lord ended up judging her. She came against the men of the Lord. She came against us on the highways and byways, and the Lord ended up judging her. Okay, but the pride that she had, hey, Shalom, Makiaba Shemel Shabrakatah, Brother Abiyah on the comment board, Shalom, okay, the pride that she had, and brother was there, okay, that brother was there when that woman came against us, okay, when the brother coined her viscera, right? Okay, the end dub is usually at the forefront, okay, of leading the charge, okay, in wickedness, man. So I won't be surprised if these things, uh, uh, you know, come to Pittsburgh soon. So let's read a little bit more of this. It says Atlanta store to include a police substation. And hey, Salaki, let me know if you can see this screen because I'm only using one screen right now, and I don't know if the screen I'm sharing is big enough. The window that I'm sharing is big enough. Lord willing. I know you probably can't even read this. Let me try to. Yeah, let me do that real quick, right? Walmart store to include a police substation upon reopening. Media reports say the location will be converted from a supercenter to a neighborhood market and reportedly be the first Walmart store based on that format to include a law enforcement facility, right? Hey, the water. Yeah, So this is what's coming, man. As this dude says, right? They're trying to usher in a police state. And I wish I could share the audio. I don't know how to do it. I feel like this used to work. Walmart closed the Vine City Supercenter in Atlanta, which was closed last year after a fire. It's scheduled to reopen in May 2024. Right, so that's the same police station he was just talking about. Arson damage. So it was arson damaged. All right. More retailers are increasing security measures to combat theft, including establishing in-house organized retail crime teams and installing updated technology to build cases against shoplifters. Right, because with this cash bond thing. All right, and let's go back into that. Right, because we understand that things is going to increase. Let's get this right. Pull out a scripture, and there's something in Ezra too I would like to get. Matthew 24:12 says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Right? Iniquity is abounding. Okay, I'm gonna get this, and I think it says evils shall be multiplied in the earth. Not that one. I think there's one in Ezra that talks about, basically things getting worse progressively. I might be wording it wrong. I know when Esau hit the scene, evils was multiplied, but I think it's another one that basically said that wickedness is going to increase. But anyway, let's play some more of this, man. It's a lot here that the audio ain't there. I'm really trying to show this clip. Yeah, this clip right here. It's that other angle of them hitting up the Apple store, right? I think this is the Apple store. No, this is another. This is another place. This is another place. And then we'll look at the policies that they actually came up with. So Esau been working on this for a little while now. Okay. And hey man, next time I'm gonna try to hit you up, Abiyah, so we can maybe do a live stream, man. Let me hey, Lord willing. Oh, okay, Con. Man, I wish I could play this part. So this part right here, okay, is talking about how a lot of areas in I think this is in Chicago, yeah. A lot of areas in Chicago are what they're calling food deserts. Places where you're not able to get food, okay, in these inner city areas. Now, why do you think that is? Because Jake is in poverty and have used and abused these places, ran in, did smash and grabs, wrecked the properties, and these people in the stores deserted the hood, and so now they can't get food in these certain areas. So now what's the next move? It says Chicago to open city-run grocery stores. And you think it ain't gonna be police up in there, man? Of course it's gonna be police up in there. They ain't trying to deal with that, right? But really, Jake bringing it on themselves. Now, ultimately, we know Yahweh Shem Yahushai is bringing certain things to pass. But hey, man, you know, these things are gonna usher in Jacob's trouble, all right, and bring us to, as the title says, a time like we never been before. Let's go to that scripture, Daniel 12. All right, Daniel 12 and 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." Right, so it's going to be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So we're coming into some very perilous times. The scriptures tell us that, okay? In the last days, I'm going to just type in perilous, right? 2 Timothy 3, it says in verse 1 says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come." Now, when you get there, let's look at the word peril. We'll go to the etymology on this word peril. Okay, I'm just going through the spirit. I didn't plan this. It says, oosh. Now I got to read the adjectives. It says, full of danger, risky, involving exposure to death, destruction, or injury. Also spiritually dangerous. It will be spiritually dangerous as well. Perilous, dangerous, hazardous. Okay, right. So these are the times that we're coming into, man. Perilous, dangerous, risky times. And having exposure to death, that brings a precept to mind, the Wadi Yamashina. I almost forgot it. I kept reading. Okay, it says 1,000 shall Psalms 91, and we can start at 4. Which really there's more. There's definitely more. Shoot, y'all just start at verse 4. It says, He shall cover thee with his feathers. Who? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Right. Okay, which brings another precept to mind. Isaiah 33 and 6 says, And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Right. Wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of thy times. It's going to keep you stable in the times to come. We're going to see great death and destruction. All right. Which is going to be depicted here in Psalms 91. Right. In verse 5 says, Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, right? And there's definitely some more on there, Lord willing, I might get that, but, I just want to go into that. That we're going to be exposed. It says involving exposure to death. Let's go back to us, 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, and the list goes on, right? And so people having these different plagues of the mind, okay, being full of themselves, are going to take more and more actions of self-preservation, which are going to not be worried about their brethren. Let's get this right. And we know it. We know what's happening. The scriptures say we're not ignorant, okay, of Satan's devices, and it also tells us we don't walk in darkness as do others, right? 2 Ezra 15 and 19 says, A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. It ain't gonna be no pity. These same people that have these different mindsets, okay, lovers of their own selves, lovers of pleasure and things of that nature, they're not gonna be worried about you. It's gonna be you or them. Let's get this right. It says, and what we're seeing is this that I'm about to get it. I'm about to get next. The course of their actions shall stand in their power. 2 Ezra 15 and 14 says, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You can't forget about that too. The race wars is going to come. It's a lot of Edomites, okay, that are in some of these comment boards. I don't know if it's anybody on his comment board in particular, but I guarantee you, some of those, I don't really see them too much in here. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I might read Jake's thing that he said right there, but some of these clips that they show of Jake looting, Esau be in the comment board talking shit, right? They be like, yeah, these niggas getting what they deserve, fuck these niggas, so on and so forth. Yeah, hey, they're gonna want to put you down, man. All right. It says, oh my God, and I already have to walk over an hour just to get to my store in the first place, shaking my head. Thank you so much for the content. Boom, boom. Right. And it's like that for a lot of Jakes. A lot of Jakes are relegated to the store that's in their vicinity, up the street, no matter what crappy produce or whatever they have up there. The Jakes that just want to live a normal life, now they're going to also be affected, right? A so-called normal life. They're going to be affected by the Jakes who out there being about that life or out there living a criminal life, okay? They're running off the resources from the other Jakes, which ultimately is the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? So let me get this, and I may end it soon. Right. So basically, there was a statement that was made about theft being decriminalized. So basically, they've done is they've reduced the what's the word I want to use, the harshness of the penalty for theft. From what I've read, let's read this. Maybe I can. Retailers are shaping a wave of laws to crack down on organized theft. Is this the one? Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, it's the same one. Retailers are threatening to look at that. Retailers are threatening to shut down stores and raise prices if organized retail theft isn't addressed. 9 states have passed new laws cracking down on organized retail theft, and Congress is considering federal action. Experts said the new laws may not actually reduce crime and could disproportionately impact marginalized groups. So, what are marginalized groups? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are marginalized. Okay, you're in the margins. Let's Google that real quick. Marginalized. Define a person, a group, or concept treated as insignificant or peripheral. Right. Jake is treated as insignificant. Okay. So what do they care? What do they care if you niggas don't got food in your hood? They don't matter. What does marginalized mean and why does it matter? It refers to the act of treating a person or group as though they are insignificant by isolating and or disempowering them. Okay, and that's there's actually a scripture that comes to mind, and I'll just quote it because I usually get it. It says, "This is the sin of thy sister Sodom. The abundance of idleness was in her, and the abundance of bread, and she strengthened not the hand of the poor and needy." Okay, so when you read that, where did it say that at? I think I closed it already. I did. It says by treating them, a person or group, as though they are insignificant by isolating and or disempowering them. All right. So when it says they strengthen not the hand of the poor and needy, there's a lot of things, a lot of ways where poor people or even homeless people are marginalized even further. Like they'll throw away a bunch of food and then they'll pour bleach on it, so you can't dig in the trash can if you're homeless and eat it later, right? Because they feel like you're gonna file a lawsuit, but really, I don't know how legally you could sue somebody if you went in the trash can and got the food out. That's on you. If I throw it in the trash can and you get it out the trash can, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But you know, you'll have a lot of companies who actually destroy these products and make and poison them or something like that, so that people don't want to eat them. So that's just one of the ways that they strengthen not the hand of the poor and needy, so to speak, right? And yeah, okay. Second Ezra 15 and 16 says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard." Yeah, locking the dumpsters. Yeah, Khan, that's right. It says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power." Right. So the course of action that an individual is going to enact in these times is going to be whatever they have the power to do. All right. That's what that means. So, you know, we're going to enter into some times that if an individual has the manpower to overpower you, okay, they're going to be driven to do so because they're not going to have enough food or resources to sustain themselves. And like I said, they should have no pity upon their neighbor in that other one that I read. Well, I mean, it goes down to say that. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. So these are the times that we're coming into. And I think I already touched on it briefly. I mean, this article ain't really say what I wanted to say, even though it whatever. I'm not gonna worry about the article. Let's read this Reddit post. All right, this Reddit post says, "Is it really decriminalized or unenforced to steal less than 1,000 from a store in California?" Now, California did. a quote unquote decriminalization of theft less than 950. This article was passed in 2014. All right, now it's not decriminalized. It's not. Um, it's just a misdemeanor though. Now you remember, what is that? What's that article? Let me see. It says police. I think it said police are not responding. I'm gonna just type this in. I know they were talking about police. Yeah, yeah, yeah. LAPD officers could stop responding to some nonviolent calls. Do you see how systematically this devil's been putting things in place to encourage? He works gradually. Okay, as the scriptures say. Okay, let me get it more. So, let's see if it comes in. Genesis 3:1 says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, I ain't gonna read the rest, right? So this devil, okay, which is in the stead of the serpent from the garden, which was a man, if you can receive it, right? He's the most subtle creature on the planet. Okay, so what did he do? In 2023, he said, look, we ain't gonna be answering certain calls no more. If you ain't dying or if you ain't, you know, if you ain't doing certain things, we not coming. And I think this was reiterated by another city recently. Okay, it says, yeah. The Los Angeles Police Department's largest employee union is looking to have officers stop responding to more than 24 types of calls, transferring those duties to other city agencies while focusing on more serious crimes. They want to focus on more violent crimes. Right. So they're like, look, we're not working for you companies. If somebody's stealing your stuff, figure it out. Call somebody else. If ain't nobody getting beat up, figure it out, nigga. We're not doing it. Right? And I forget what the other crimes. I think this happened in police are not responding. Yeah, this is what I want. I know there was a filters. I thought there was a way to see the recent. Let's click news. Right, news. And then it's 2023, July 12th, 2023. Daytona Beach makes top 10. Stop possible shooting. Okay, Los Angeles Police Union proposes limits to 911. Minnesota. So I can't. There's got to be a way. Choose. Okay, here we go. Sort by date. Okay, so I can't find it. I thought in Chicago that they stopped responding to certain calls because they were understaffed, right? I'm gonna type this in: police, not, but I could be wrong. Okay, yeah. So this is a month ago, and they're still talking about California. So we'll read it. Um, Dallas PD online reporting requirement for lower level crimes starts Monday. Boom. Dallas police to begin mandatory online reporting. Damn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We got to read that too, right? It says, okay. I'm using the ad blocker. How a police dispatcher shortage is changing the way officers respond to crime in Sacramento. Instead of officers showing up when you call 911, depending on the crime, you might just get a text message instead. Nigga, they breaking into my car. Oh well, are you dying? Did they shoot you? Figure it out, nigga. And I think there was a situation too where they were saying that if somebody squat, man, there was a whole thing happening in Chicago, man, where there was like if somebody's squatting on your land, okay, you gotta remove them yourself. You can't call the police to take them people off your land. You gotta remove them on your own, okay? So there it goes, just backing it up. Now I want to read this Dallas because they say nigga you got to report online. Man, they trying to okay one free article. Well, let me use it then. A Dallas to require online reporting for some crimes instead of calling 911. Because it's a shortage in staff. It says it will soon mandate that residents report a slew of low priority calls online instead of by calling in hopes of freeing more officers for more serious crimes. And so like I was saying, this dude, this devil, right? He's slowly setting this up. Okay, a lot of these articles are from 2023. This one's from a month ago. A month ago, all right. And so what you're gonna see is a lot more crimes happening, which is gonna just all create a domino effect, where you have these companies, like I read in that one article, that are threatening to close down. They already closed down, right? And they're threatening not to return unless something's done about the petty crime that's being done. Why? Because you can't call the police for this no more. Even after that riot, or even after they broke in to the one place, I think dude showed when they, or I had a video. It was another clip when they broke into the Foot Locker. All right, and they ran off. It was only one officer in there. Normally you get a whole squad of them, but it was only one that I could see inside through the window. Okay, so I ain't gonna beat a dead horse. I'm pretty much running out of articles and windows, so I'm not gonna drag it on too long. But hey, I just had to do that, do something on that through the spirit. Okay, Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson, man. Expect more crime to come. Okay, we got to get let me get this right. I'm gonna revisit this. Because there was some more at the top. Psalms 91 and 1. All right. Because we gotta trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence." Right? Because this devil's planning this stuff, man. This is a snare. He's trying to get the elect, but it ain't possible. All right? He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. And I'll read it again. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Okay? Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon, that shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. This is what the Lord is saying about the elect, right? I will set him on high because he hath known my name. That's a cut to them that don't push the name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. They call along you Allah, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem, Berchahakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, of great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. Okay, with that I want to say Shalom, my Bible ball. Shalom, keep your head up, Shalom.